Hey there. So I ran across this video recently on the Pat Gray morning show that I like to watch. Um, it was a comparison, basically a video of life in the 70s versus now with, in this case, it was measles. But it really got me thinking about the overall industry of pharmaceuticals. And anyways, watch this little video first and we'll talk about some other things.
What are you doing home from school?
They sent me home. Measles.
It's either measles or a strange case of red freckles.
You have got a temperature.
They told me 101.1. What's the record?
Never mind.
Oh, are you sure it's the measles?
Well, he certainly got all the symptoms. A slight temperature, a lot of dots, and a great big smile.
A great big smile.
No school for a few days.
Say hello to my dotted son for me. Tell him I'll bring him some comic books and I'll see you later, dear.
Okay, honey, bye.
Good stuff, right?
Good stuff.
Boy, this is the life, isn't it?
Yeah. If you have to get sick, sure can't beat the measles. That's right. No medicine.
Inside or out. Like shots, I mean.
Don't even mention shots. Yuck.
Measles, measles, measles. Well, all the kids have now had the measles.
So have I.
Well, I had them years ago. Looks like the Bradys are finished with the measles.
Hold it.
Uh-oh, Alice. Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
Alice got him,
Alice.
too, and she's an adult. She's dead.
You're not through
She's
yet.
the walking dead.
Alice, don't tell me you're coming down with the measles.
Oh, I hope so. I'd hate to think I was just learning how to blush at my age.
Dad says I should go to school.
Now look,
Seven
now look.
students confirmed
here's
with
today.
measles, 4 others possible.
How? They had to have been vaccinated.
These moms never vaccinated their kids and lied about it. Vaccines are harmful.
You are endangering the health of every child in this
It's
city.
unreal.
Liv, no, it's turning blue.
Call 911.
The epidemic hits home.
That that's, they did a whole show around measles and how scary they were, and everyone's freaking out. I mean, oh my gosh, it's a pretty stark difference. It's because it's become a business. It's a giant business. Here's a well, before we get to that, the first off, Pfizer's worth right now is $151.48 billion. That's insane. That's insane. So their model is make people get jabs, make people get shots and vaccines and all that, whether they need them or not. This doctor here, Peter McCullough, has done a nice little video a little while back talking about the autism rates. It was 1 in 10,000 and now it's 1 in 36. Listen, take a listen to this guy and where he's at with this.
Was 1 in 10,000 when I was a kid. It's now 1 in 36. It's the biggest epidemic of childhood in U.S. history. Autism is on fire right now. Sure, we have greater screening and detection, but there is a massive bona fide increase. What we know is it appears to be associated with the expanding childhood vaccine schedule up on the left. When I was a kid, you can see that there was 3 shots in 1960. Now a child today faces 108 shots.
Wow.
At one of the visits
Wow.
between age 1 and 2, there's 13 shots administered altogether in children. And it's been well demonstrated that if a child gets sick with a big round of shots and they have a seizure, there's about a 40% chance that the brain is injured and they develop autism. Autism.
That is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, thank God I grew up when I did in the 70s and I didn't have to go through this gauntlet that our children are facing now. And here's, I'm not a fan of Jim Carrey, but here's Jim Carrey talking about it years ago on the Larry King show. This was interesting.
That if it's vaccination and you're not against vaccination, Well, what are you against? Don't vaccinate for this, but vaccinate for that?
Yes.
I think we have to choose which ones are absolutely necessary.
You should educate yourself. We want to empower parents to educate themselves. Do we need to have the chickenpox? Do we need the hepatitis B shot on the second day of life?
I don't think we can afford to assume that the people who are charged with our public health any longer have our best interest at heart all
There
the
you
time.
go. There you go.
Parents have to make their own decisions, educated decisions. They have to look at the information.
This is a far-left loon saying this.
Delay them till after 1. Clean out the toxins that are in them. We don't need that many.
When the other doctor...
Bam. I mean, this is nothing new. These are people that are very concerned about their kids. Now, this Dr. Suzanne Humphreys is awesome. She's going to explain a little bit more here about how they trick vaccine makers to make them look safe. And she was on Joe Rogan, so I think it's worth everyone taking a look at this.
The creativity of the vaccine companies expanded. So after that, they could add different, what we call adjuvants, things that stimulate the immune system so the vaccine works better. Then they start, that's why we're able to be in a messenger RNA vaccine situation today, which that wouldn't have happened if it weren't for this indemnification that, the vaccine trials have always been a bit of a joke, but they're even more of a joke today than they were in the beginning. We've never seen a vaccinated, unvaccinated study that is accepted by the powers that be as, good enough. The vaccinated, unvaccinated studies that they use another vaccine for. You probably know that. So if you're testing a measles vaccine, you could test it against a diphtheria vaccine, or a flu shot vaccine is tested against a hepatitis A vaccine. There's no saline placebo because the few studies that exist with saline placebos show how bad the vaccine actually is and how it makes you not only not respond to the disease when it comes around, but more susceptible to it in many.
More susceptible to it. But they don't care. These aren't their kids. They're not worried about it. They're making their billions, And right now, the United States and New Zealand are the only two countries that allow these advertising. We need to stop that. And I believe RFK is in that process right now of stopping that. We got to get away from this big business of making money off of this stuff, because it's actually making people sicker in a lot of cases. And the doctors really profited off of this, especially during COVID. Listen again to Dr. McCullough talk about this.
The COVID vaccines are actually still government property. So the government still pays the vaccine. But wait a minute, you're onto something. Do you know there was a leaked letter from Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield? And a typical doctor could have, I don't know, 1,000 or 2,000 Blue Cross Blue Shields patients in their panel. If the doctor got to 70% of his population vaccinated with the COVID vaccine, you know what the bonus was to the doctor?
I'm scared to even hear.
About $250,000.
Oh.
That's stunning.
So the question on the table is,
stunning.
Was Blue Cross just giving a doctor $250,000, or were they paid through the government, through the Biden administration COVID Community Corps money? So I think what's happening is money is passing from the government to the insurance companies. The insurance companies are juicing the system and leveraging the system. Why would CVS and Walgreens be giving out vaccines? They have to be getting government money to do this. They're not going to waste their time doing this.
Yep.
Right? So the government must be beyond this.
So a lot of stuff there, a lot of videos. Interested in what other people think about this. It's very scary to me. I've lost faith. I hate to say it, in our government in general, and the fact that these companies can't be sued. They can just do whatever they want. They can hurt people. There's cases after cases of young people dropping dead playing sports. Something needs to be done. They're just out for themselves, and the government is working hand in hand with them. So that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think. If you get a chance, do the subscription deal, and I appreciate you stumbling across my video today. If you happen to watch this, I appreciate it, and God bless.